Welcome to our video, How Melting Glaciers Are Changing Global Sea Levels. As we explore this critical issue, we'll delve into how the accelerating melt of glaciers and ice sheets is significantly contributing to rising sea levels around the globe. We'll examine not only the current rates of sea level rise but also the regional impacts this phenomenon has on coastal communities and ecosystems. Join us as we unravel the complex interactions between thermal expansion and glacier melt, and discuss the alarming feedback loops that could intensify these changes in the future. 1. Contribution to sea level rise. Melting glaciers are like giant faucets left running, pouring water into our oceans. They are responsible for approximately 21% of the increase in global sea levels. This significant contribution comes alongside other factors such as melting ice sheets and the thermal expansion of seawater. As these glaciers melt, they release vast amounts of fresh water that flow into the seas, raising their levels. The impact is profound, considering that glaciers are composed of ancient ice formed over thousands of years. Their melting signifies not just a rise in sea levels but also a loss of historical climate records frozen within them. 2. Current rate of sea level rise. The Earth's sea levels are currently rising at an alarming rate of about 3.3 millimeters per year. Although this might sound small on a yearly scale, over decades, it accumulates to a significant rise. Glaciers play a crucial role in this increase, contributing a substantial portion of the rising levels. Imagine stacking pennies. One may seem negligible, but over time, the stack grows tall. Similarly, the steady contribution from melting glaciers adds up, leading to noticeable changes in coastal landscapes and communities. 3. Accelerating glacier melt. Global temperatures are rising like a pot left on the stove, causing glaciers to melt faster than ever before. Over 200,000 glaciers around the world are shrinking, and many are losing mass at rates never seen in recorded history. This rapid melting is a direct response to the warming atmosphere, which acts like a blowtorch, hastening the decline of these icy giants. The acceleration in glacier melt is not just a distant phenomenon, it affects regions globally, altering ecosystems and water supplies. 4. Regional impact of glacier loss. In regions like the Himalayas, Andes, Alps, and Alaska, glaciers are melting at worrying rates. These areas are experiencing significant changes in their water systems, which directly impact local communities. For example, the Himalayas, often referred to as the third pole, provide water to millions in Asia. As their glaciers shrink, the water supply becomes less reliable, leading to challenges in agriculture and daily living. The regional impact of glacier loss serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our global environment. 5. Melting ice sheets. Large ice sheets, such as those in Greenland and Antarctica, are losing mass at alarming speeds. Greenland's ice sheet alone contributes about 0.76 millimeters per year to sea level rise. These ice sheets are like vast reservoirs, and their melting releases immense amounts of water. The loss of ice from these regions is particularly concerning due to their potential to contribute significantly more to sea level rise if current trends continue. The melting of ice sheets is a key factor driving changes in ocean levels, with implications that reach far beyond their icy borders. 6. Thermal expansion versus glacier melt. Thermal expansion of seawater, which occurs when water heats and expands, accounts for about 50% of the observed sea level rise. The other half comes from melting glaciers and ice sheets. However, the contribution from glacier melt is increasing as temperatures rise. This dynamic duo of thermal expansion and glacier melt creates a potent recipe for sea level rise. While thermal expansion is a significant player, the increasing share from glacier melt highlights the urgency of addressing global warming. 7. Impact on coastal communities. Rising sea levels pose a direct threat to approximately 600 million people living in low-lying coastal areas. These communities face heightened risks of flooding, erosion, and habitat loss. Coastal cities, in particular, are vulnerable to even minor increases in sea levels, which can lead to more frequent and severe storm surges. The impact on coastal communities is not just an environmental issue but a social and economic one, as these areas often serve as hubs for commerce and culture. 8. Glacier-dependent ecosystems and water supply. Glaciers are crucial for ecosystems and water supply, especially in regions like South Asia. They provide fresh water for millions of people, which is vital during dry seasons. As glaciers shrink, the availability of fresh water diminishes, leading to challenges in agriculture and access to drinking water. This dependency on glaciers for water makes their decline a pressing issue, as it directly impacts food security and the livelihoods of those reliant on glacier-fed water sources. 9. Feedback loops. The melting of glaciers initiates feedback loops that exacerbate global warming. As glaciers melt, they expose darker land or water surfaces, which absorb more heat. This process, known as the albedo effect, accelerates warming and further glacier melt. It's a vicious cycle, where initial melting leads to conditions that promote even more melting. Understanding these feedback loops is essential, as they highlight the complexity and urgency of tackling climate change. 10. Projected future impact. If global temperatures rise by 2 degrees Celsius or more, sea levels could increase by 0.5 to 1 meter by 2100. Melting glaciers and ice sheets are primary drivers of this projection. Such an increase would have catastrophic consequences for coastal cities and ecosystems, leading to displacement and loss of biodiversity. The projected future impacts underscore the need for urgent action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming, as the consequences of inaction would be dire and widespread.